a very good morning. You're watching NewsX and I'm Meghna Deka. First up on the bulletin, let's take you all the way across to Kolkata. Well, recommending students to come in unostentatious dress, Kolkata's Scottish Church College has prescribed round neck t-shirts, short and slit skirts have been banned. This has sparked off condemnation from students as well as academicians. These are the live visuals which are coming in. The protests which are being carried out by the students of the Scottish Church Kolkata. As you can see, since yesterday we've been getting you this story, we've been getting you reactions of how not just students but even the teachers have joined in this protest, saying that it's unfair to dictate what can be worn and what cannot be worn to people who are much above the legal age. Let's go across to Tapas Gupta, who's joining us with the very latest. These are adults at the end of it, Tapas, which is why we've seen outrage which has been pouring out since yesterday. Take us through the kind of protest visuals that you're getting for us now.
Well, here we can see that in outside college premises, a lot of students have indulged in the protest, and even teachers and parents have also joined there. The college authorities have displayed a notice stating that what the students must wear and what should not, and that has not gone down well with among the students. And immediately yesterday, the college authorities were forced to put down the notice and revise the notice, stating that they should wear sober clothes. But the question that students are raising is that how come the disciplinary committee of the college can single-handedly take the decision and without involving the student representatives. So this is the answer they have been asking to the college authorities since past couple of days, but no answers have been given from the college's part. So that's the reason they are staging a protest, and they want the rector John Abraham to immediately reply to their queries and make sure that these kind of incident doesn't get repeated in days ahead to come.
Well, after the story was brought to light yesterday, Tapas, we saw the college protest. In fact, let's listen into some of these protests. Well, in fact, let's go across to Tapas Pal, who has been getting us the very latest. We can see sloganeering banners being held up and demands being made of the principal. What are the key demands? Is it going to be partial revocation of that diktat, as we saw yesterday itself after NewsX brought the story to light? The college going in for a partial revocation. Are they asking for a complete revocation of this diktat now?
Oh, well, not really, because the revised advisory that was put on was okay with the student, but the student wanted yesterday only to speak with the college authorities and wanted an explanation why did the decision single-handedly taken without involving student representatives. But we are being told by this section of students that college authorities are still adamant on their stand, and they are saying that they have revised the notice, but they stick to their decision of wearing sober clothes, like what we can call moral policing. So that is what has not gone down well with the students, and they want a clear answer that what the college wants. Actually, they should come out in public and address the media and students publicly. And on the other hand, they should make it clear and assure the students so that these kind of decision doesn't being taken single-handedly without involving student representatives, so that to avoid any undue incidents in days ahead to come. Back to you.
Well, Thomas, any word you've heard from the college authorities? Are they at least ready to open up channels of conversation with the students?
Well, we spoke to the college authorities. They have said that they are not in a position right now to comment on the entire issue, but they are holding several meetings within the college, and different authorities and different head of the departments are involved in that meeting. Again, I'm reiterating the same thing, that the students' representatives are not being involved as yet. So they are. It is likely that they might meet the student representative and might address their queries also, but not anytime soon. But at least not before afternoon, because they'll be meeting for a meeting around 12 p.m. in the afternoon, and post the meeting, the decision would be taken. What would be the next course of action that the college plans to take? Back to you.
Well, Tapas, you mentioned that the order was partially revoked yesterday. Take us through what exactly was the step back which the college authorities took.
It was immense pressure from the action that the college plans to take. Back to you.
Well, Tapas, you mentioned that the order was partially revoked yesterday. Take us through what exactly was the step back which the college authorities took.
It was immense pressure from the college, students, activists from media.
Sorry to interrupt you, Tapas. We'll just come back to you, get more inputs from the ground as well. But let me go across to Nilanjana Chakravarti, an activist who's also joining us. Since yesterday, Nilanjana, we've been talking about this very Talibani-like diktat which has been coming. Do you think adults ought to be dictated as to what they can and cannot wear?
Absolutely. I mean, this is very, very ridiculous as to what they should wear and what they shouldn't wear. I mean, slowly, it's like an intrusion into their privacy. And look, all these children, who are just about to get into college, it's a new world for them. And they're so excited about it. There's so much happening in their lives, and suddenly this diktat comes like an absolute solid blow on them. And who's going to decide what's right and what's wrong? I just really want to ask, isn't it a very relative issue about this moral policing? It really has to come from within. If somebody is wearing vulgar clothes, I'm sure the parents are going to censure. And in a place like West Bengal, we don't need these kind of diktats at all. It's absolutely uncalled for, and it's an unnecessary controversy, I see.
Nilanjana, are you surprised that this is happening in a cosmopolitan such as Kolkata? Kolkata, which is seen to be as the progressive country, the progressive state. West Bengal is known for its intellectuals. It is known for its progressiveness. The fact that such a regressive diktat would come in one of the very renowned colleges of Kolkata.
Absolutely. I'm really, really surprised. And, this is, for so many years, I've been a student in Calcutta, all my life I've been here. All kinds of things have happened, but this is something very, very ridiculous and outrageous. So how, we are no different than UP or Haryana or some backward place in Punjab or Rajasthan. How different are we? We talk about intellectualism. We talk about cultural, being culturally enriched and all.
The students are active in Kolkata. They are demanding nothing but complete revocation of this moral diktat which has been imposed upon them. We'll be tracking the story. Thank you so much, Nilanjan, as well as Tapas Pal. The students continue with their protests, and so will our coverage. But for the time being, let's move on in the bulletin. Tell you how two accused